जी का खालसा, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. The 20th of February this year marked 100 years since Saka Nankana Sahib, a massacre that took place at the historic Gurdwara Sahib where Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj Ji were born. Today we will cover the story around this sad but historic event. But first we will start with some Simran. Satnam Vaheguru, Satnam Vaheguru. 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 This was a time of the Gurdwara reform movement during the British Raj. The movement basically involved the Sikhs getting together to try to free the Gurdwaras from the control of Mahants, who controlled them with the aid of the British. Now the original Mahants were devoted Sikhs and done a lot of prachar in and around the Gurdwara complexes. As mentioned earlier, they were given the seva of looking after the shrines. But after some time, many of them got corrupted by money and power, and they made the Gurdwara into their own properties, and most importantly, they destroyed the sanctity of the Gurdwaras. One such Mahant, Narayan Das, was in control of Nankana Sahib. This particular Mahant and his people raped devotees who would come to pay their respects to Maharaji, and also brought dancing girls into the Gurdwara Sahib for their entertainment. The local Sikhs got together and peacefully protested about his conduct and asked for the Gurdwara to be given back to local Sangat. The Mahant refused. So the Sikh leaders tried to arrange meetings with the Mahant to resolve this issue. But even though he promised to attend, he wouldn't. Then a meeting was scheduled for March 1921, but the Sikhs found out it was a trap and the Mahant was going to ambush them and kill the Sikh leaders. So the Sikh leaders found out that the Mahant wouldn't be at the Gurdwara Sahib on the 20th of February 1921, so they planned to go peacefully in 2 jathas and take back control of the Gurdwara Sahib. However, Narayan Das cancelled his trip. He also caught wind of the plan by the Sikhs, so he decided to hire some thugs to kill the Sikhs who dared enter the Gurdwara complex. The Sikh leaders found out about Narayan Das's deadly plan and sent out messages to the 2 jathas not to proceed. The jatha of Bhai Lakshman Singh, which numbered about 200 Sikhs, said they had already done ardas with regards to the morcha and taken Hukamnama from Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, therefore they would proceed to Nankana Sahib as planned. The British, meanwhile, were in cahoots with the Mahant, as they wanted the Gurdwara reform movement to fail, so they actually supplied the Mahant with guns, firearms and ammunition. On the morning of 20th February, the Sikhs reached Sri Nankana Sahib. Bhai Lakshman Singh was seated on Maharaji's dabya. Some Sikhs were inside the Darbar Sahib and some outside, as the Darbar Sahib is quite small. Seeing the Sikhs congregated, Narayan Das ordered his thugs to open fire. Guru Granth Sahib Ji Bhai Lakshman Singh, and many Sikhs were shot. Numerous were killed. Then the thugs went about hacking at the Sikhs with swords and spears. It was a truly barbaric act. Bhai Lakshman Singh was hung upside down and burnt while he was still alive. The news of what happened spread like wildfire. Sikhs from across Punjab started to converge on Nankana Sahib, but this time it wasn't going to be a peaceful protest. They were armed. Fearing more trouble, now the British acted. Mr. King, the Commissioner of Lahore, handed over the keys to the Sikhs and arrested the Mahant and his goons. The image on the left is a plaque that is at Nankana Sahib showing all those who were shaheed. The image on the right is the tree from which Bhai Lakshman Singh was burnt alive. The Sikhs showed incredible bravery and self-control to remain peaceful and non-violent, that eventually even the mighty British Empire had to accept the will of the Sangat, and this incident became the catalyst for bringing back control of the Gurdwara to the Pant. Sangat ji, I've made many mistakes during this session. Please forgive me. We are going to end with some Mool Mantar. Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpo Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Sahibam Gur Prasad Jap Ad Sach Jugad Sach Hai Pi Sach Nanak Hosi Pi Sach Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpo Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Sahibam Gur Prasad Jap Ad Sach Jugad Sach Hai Pi Sach Nanak Hosi Pi Sach Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpau Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Sahibam Gur Prasad Jap Ad Sach Jugad Sach Hai Pi Sach Nanak Hosi Pi Sach Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpau Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Sahibam Gur Prasad Jap Ad Sach Jugad Sach Hai Pi Sach Nanak Hosi Pi Sach Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purkh Nirpau Nirvair Akal Murat Ajuni Sahibam Gur Prasad Jap Ad Sach Jugad Sach Hai Pi Sach Nanak Hosi Pi Sach. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.